everyone, it's Beth from SweetHearts and I'm here today with my beautiful younger sister, Roro. So, Rosie's getting married in 11 days. It's 11 days.
11
Not
days.
that you haven't told me just 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 times, but
Yeah,
it's all good.
5.
We're very excited about this wedding day, so look out on my Instagrams for all the posts we're going to do. So, I thought I would do a video for you with 2 chignon styles. I'm trying to make them pretty easy, pretty DIY, something that you could have a go at yourself, and I thought I'd ask Rosie, bride to be my model today, so let's get started. Okay guys, so I don't want these styles to take too long and I don't want them to look too sort of done and polished, but I'm going to just put a tiny bit of back comb through the top of Rosie's hair with this brush, but this is optional, you don't have to do this bit. So this little brush is fantastic for back combing, guys, so all you do, hold the hair up, bit of a spray, hold it fairly firmly, and I just sort of go through the middle, move it to one side, do the edges like that, and you've got your back combing. That's all you really need to do. And then just lightly brush over the top, making sure you can't see the back comb. Okay guys, so with this front section of hair, I don't want it to be too sort of brushed out and smooth. I want the whole style to look a little bit soft, so I just find just sort of almost getting my fingers through it and just moving the hair like that and bringing it back with my fingers is going to help me just create that little bit of softness from the front. And then we're going to just gather this hair nice and lightly. So if you're doing it on yourself, you just gather it at the back, and I'm just going to do a tiny little twist like that with the hair and just hold that there. And then Rosie's going to pass me some of our long grips. Thanks, Rosie. So I'm just going to take the grip and just push that into that little twist there. Another one, babe. Thank you. So you just take the grip and just push it up. The hair should be fairly light because you've got that bit of back comb in. Next again guys, I am just going to go and soften up. To do that, I'm almost pinching the top layer of hair and just pulling it, just to give little sort of ridges to the hair and a bit more softness and movement. So next I'm just going to section off these side bits. Don't need to be too perfect with that, just sort of grab a chunk of hair, pull it out the way. I'm going to gather up this hair here, use a hair tie or bobble. Everything that I'm using in the video today guys is in our chignon kit, which is on offer at the minute. So it's got the grips in, it's got the bobble, it's got the brush, and it's going to have the chignon maker that we're going to use in a moment. So just tie a little bobble there, nearly meeting where those grips are but not quite. Okay guys, so next, these are not potatoes, they are not bits of dough which we've had on Instagram recently. Is that dough going in the hair? These are our chignon makers, we make them ourselves. This is the regular and this is the small. So today, with Rosie having fairly fine hair and it's not too long, I will be using the small, but if you've got a lot of hair, okay, or you just like that bigger chignon look, you'd use the regular size, okay, but we're using this one today. So all I'm going to do here guys is just allow that hair to go nearly to the end. It's really easy to do this, and then just roll it up. If you have got really silky hair or heavy hair, you might want to use a bit of texture spray or clay spray, and that's just going to give the hair that little bit more grip so it isn't slipping sliding everywhere. So I've just rolled that up there like that. And then what I'm going to do is, rather than hold on to the front there, I'm just going to wiggle my finger in and try and come from behind a little bit so as not to mess up that hair too much. So just sort of using my finger and pulling that hair around the chignon like that. There we go. And then again, we're going to be using the long grips. All I'm going to do is just push that into the chignon and then push it into the hair that's in the pony to sort of secure it to the neck. So I'm going to start off at the bottom here and then work my way around, securing that in. It's very light, so it's not going to feel heavy on the back of the neck, but obviously you don't want it to be moving around. So again guys, I'm just spraying a little bit And I'm going to use my fingers and just tease this hair because I feel like that's kind of soft and a bit messy, and that's too smooth for the style that we're after today. Okay, so last bit now guys, nothing technical about this. You'll just take that strand of hair. If you want to leave a few bits out at the side, by all means do so, but I just want to just have it all swept back. So, you know, if it was a wedding guest and it was a hot day, or even a rainy day and you didn't want those bits sort of getting rained on and risk the curl falling out, I just want it all back today. So all I'm doing is twisting this little strand. Can you see? So I'm twisting it towards Rosie's head, and then just gently getting my fingers and just teasing that out. But you don't have to do this bit, you could just drape it across. But I like how the little bits here are almost sort of like the same as these bits here. That's why I'm doing that pulling out technique. And then again guys, you're just going to twist that strand across, doing the same technique as we did on the other side. Okay guys, so that is our style finished. I think you look very beautiful, Rosie.
Thank you.
Very bridey, so I'm going to give a little spin for you. So that is style 1 done. We're going to move on to style 2 now, so bear with. We're going to take this out and I'm back with you in a minute. Okay guys, so style 2. I am just going to take a section of hair from the front here and bring this brush like that, okay? And then I'm going to take that brush across like that, okay? So I've made almost like a sort of triangular shape piece of hair, and then I'm just going to put this bit out my way. Okay, so there's still a little bit of back comb in Rosie's hair here, so I'm going to keep that in. Using my brush, just smoothing that hair, and I'm going to create a little bit of a ponytail, a low ponytail with this hair. Again guys, this is optional, but I am going to be softening this hair just by pulling the very top layer and just creating a little bit of movement. And you can almost sort of like move the hair around a bit, not make it look so perfect. But you know, you don't have to do this bit. If you want it to be nice and smart and smooth, that's fine as well. So this time round, when we're going to be wrapping up this chignon, I want this chignon to sort of be more of an angle. So that's the sort of position in there that we want it. So not here. We're sort of trying to wrap it this way. So sort of angle the ponytail in that direction. Just using my little brush again, just to make sure there's no knots there. That's the kind of angle that we're going for. And again, we're going to just be pulling that hair as carefully as we can around that chignon and pinning it. So again guys, before I start actually pinning the hair where I want it to go, I'm going to be pinning the chignon to the head. So you'll just sort of catch hold of that chignon with the grip, and then just push it back in on itself to the hair that's in that ponytail, and that'll start securing the actual chignon to the head first. I'm just going to udge this hair around this side. I feel like that side's actually okay. I might do a little bit of pinning. So you just gently udge it around. I have used clay spray today. I'll just grab it actually. So I have been using this one. If you're from America, this is an American brand, so you'll be able to get this sexy hair, no problem. If you are UK, we do sell it in our store, and between this and the wax spray, I use it all the time. So it's just giving Rosie's hair grip. So when I was practicing on Rosie before, her hair was really, really soft and it was all just kind of falling out. I was trying to put pins in and it was just flopping down. So just using this, it's not like a hairspray, it's strange. It's almost like you don't get the stickiness of a hairspray, but you get the grip. So you can see already without even pinning, just spraying a bit of that clay spray and the hair just does what it's told. It's great. Again, I'm just going to soften this chignon bit a little bit. I'm going to be careful because I don't want to over pull. So now I'm going to release this hair. Okay, if you were in a mad rush, you could just kind of drape this hair across. But I'm going to do a lace fishtail braid. So I'm just taking this slice of hair from the top, okay? Dividing it into two. So I'm going to take a really small section from this left side, like that, and pass it across. And then a really small section from the right side, and pass it across. Go again on this left side, really small section, pass it across. Again on this side, really small section, pass it across, but this time I'm going to add a really small bit of hair. Smoothing it out with my fingers, and that gets passed across to this side as well. So let me show you, so pass it across. So on this left hand side of the braid here, we're not adding in hair, it's only on the right. So this side is just a small section of hair getting passed across. This side is a small section of hair, and then a little bit added in as well. Now you don't want this section to become too thin because this isn't being added into, so make sure on this left hand side when you're doing your little section you might need to add a bit of a bigger chunk, and you see that that's a little bit bigger than what I've been adding, just to try and keep these strands even. So a little bit from here, pass across and add in. Slightly bigger chunk from this side, passing across. A little bit pass across, that kind of locks it in. And then when you get to the end of the hair, I just want you to continue doing an ordinary fishtail braid, okay? Just gently teasing these sides. And I'm also just going to gently tease the braid as well. You can wait to the end if you want. Okay, so just pop a little elastic in the end there. Obviously if you've got longer hair you can continue that, but I'd still try and tuck that hair underneath. You'd probably be using one of the larger chignons out the kit rather than the small one that I've used on Rosie. So you'll just kind of place that over there, and then it goes underneath, and then you're just going to push one of those grips that we've been using underneath. Okay guys, so that is our tutorial finished. I'm going to do a little spin for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please comment style 1 or 2, which is your favourite one. I've got a favourite. Have you got a favourite, Ro?
Yes.
Can you even know what's on the back of your head yet?
No idea.
I'll show you later. Okay guys, so don't forget to look us up on Instagram at SweetHearts Hair and on Facebook, and please like and comment on this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Bye.